Get this, adults with financial literacy skills have 82% more wealth than those who don't. From swimming lessons to piano classes, us parents invest in so many things to enrich our kids' lives. But are we investing in their future financial success? With Greenlight, you can teach your kids financial literacy skills like earning, saving, and investing. And this investment costs less than that after-school treat. Start prioritizing their financial education and future today with a risk-free trial at greenlight.com/Wondery. Greenlight.com/Wondery.
Are you feeling stuck in your career or lacking employment at the moment? Experiencing symptoms of job dissatisfaction? You might be suffering from a common condition known as career stagnation. But don't worry, there's a solution. Monster.com. Monster.com offers a comprehensive suite of career-boosting tools designed just for you. Our free resume review and AI interview prep tool will help you stand out from the crowd. Need more guidance? Dive into our career advice articles for expert tips and insights. And don't forget to check out our salary tools to ensure you're getting paid what you're worth. Side effects may include a new job, increased confidence, and a brighter future. Consult Monster.com today and take the first step towards your new career. Ready for your next job opportunity? Visit Monster.com now.
Let's Talk with Heather Dubrow starts now. I'm very excited for my guest today. She's a New York Times bestselling author. She's host of It's Me, Tinx on SiriusXM. She is so fabulous. She's got a new amazing book out. You might know her as Christina Najjar, but we all know her as Tinx.
Hi.
Welcome, Tinx.
Thank you for having me. It's so good to see you outside of Craig's, which is our usual run-in spot.
It's true.
So it's nice to get to chat to you.
It's so lovely seeing you in the flesh outside, although it would be nice if we had a cocktail.
It would. It's always better with a cocktail.
It's always better with a cocktail. But I'm really weirdly sober right now.
Okay. How long have you,
it's just been a couple of weeks, but I got to tell you something. I did this for a month. Have you ever done this before?
What, don't drink for a month?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done it a couple times. I used to do dry January, and then the world got too scary, and I decided my commitment to alcohol is unwavering.
Yeah, mine too.
And but you do feel, after you push through the first 2 weeks, you're like, oh, it's annoying because I do feel amazing.
See, I don't.
Oh, okay, good.
No, not at all. Okay. I think it's all bullshit. I'm not sleeping better.
Okay.
My skin does not look better.
Okay.
I got nothing.
Then go back to it.
Oh, I'm totally going to. Yeah. I'm telling my liver, back to work, bitch.
Back to work.
Back to work, bitch. I want to just jump off with the book. We're going to talk about a lot of things, but I want to jump off with your book because Hotter in the Hamptons is really hot. And I have to tell you, this is how much I like it. I haven't finished it.
Oh.
Because when I really like a book and I want to sit with the characters longer, I slow down.
That's so nice. Thank you.
No, it's totally true. So I'm saving the denouement.
Oh my God. I love it. Well, I won't give any spoilers. And also that's really great because I wanted it to be easy to read.
It's really easy to read.
I know that's controversial, but people have been saying I read it in 2 hours or 3 hours, just one sitting, chilling in my house. And I'm like, that's exactly how I wanted it to be. It's a poolside read.
It's a beach read.
No,
totally.
Nothing too heavy there. It's supposed to be light and fun. And it's supposed to just be a little bit of fun by the pool, sipping your rosé this summer.
And it's exactly what it is. It's like the reality TV of romance novels.
That's the highest compliment you could have given me.
It's true.
Thank you.
It's like guilty pleasure, fabulous. And it's funny because I remember when I was younger, me and my sister and my mom, we used to trade romance novels, right? And we would just read and be like, oh, this is a good one. Or except if a guy had red hair, I'd be like, no, I can't.
That gets it out.
Yeah,
okay.
I can't read that one. I'm not a ginger. But
everyone has their things that pull them out of romance novels. For me, actually, part of my inspiration for this book was I was reading a lot of romance, and in every single book, it was and then she lived happily ever after. And I was like, oh, okay. Without giving too much away, I was just like, okay, that's interesting. Or the main character was perfect. That would kind of pull me out of it because I like
a flawed heroine.
I like a flawed heroine.
Too.
I like a Carrie Bradshaw, Hannah Horvath. Those are the girls that we're still talking about because they're real and because they're flawed, and we're all flawed. So that's interesting. And also, I have a hard time so far. I'm going to try again. I know that there's incredible fantasy, with dragons and whatnot. For some reason, I have a hard time getting into that when I'm reading. So that was the thing that pulls me out. Not red hair. I actually happen to love gingers. I love a ginger man.
not me. But yeah, I don't know. Although my son is a little bit of a ginger, but yeah.
I think ginger guys are really hot. That's my hot take.
Really?
Yes, I really like
No,
them.
I remember my sister giving me, it was they made a TV show out of it. The Outlander? Outlander.
Yeah.
He's redheaded.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah, there was like 27 books in the series. I read like the first 8 of them.
I love it.
But I remember my sister giving me the book and be like, Jamie, it's hot, but you have to pretend he doesn't have red hair. I was like, okay, got it. Pretend he's a brunette every time. It was so funny. But, I found that book, it's so good. It's a great read. It's fun. It's sexy and all that. But there's like, a gay vibe to it. Not gay, but like there's a woman on woman vibe in it. And I love that. I, have kids in the queer community. And I also think this next generation of people, which is probably your generation and younger, are much more open and much more fluid, which I love.
I love that. Yes, I think a lot of my following is straight women. And my hope is that by reading this, if any of them are having questions or fantasies or just wanting to explore, that this nudges them to do that and to feel comfortable and to celebrate whatever they're feeling.
And that it's all okay.
It's all okay. Yeah. I mean, I've said this many times, but one of the inspos also was like, someone wrote to me on my AMA, which I do which means Ask Me Anything.
Wait, can I just stop you for a second?
Yeah.
Do you know you're the first person I ever saw write that?
AMA?
And I didn't know what it meant. And I was like, what is that? I'm going to talk to you today.
A lot of people don't know what it stands for. And I've done it literally since I started being an influencer. I did it every Monday and Thursday. I've done it for almost 5 years. And a lot of people still are like, by the way, what is AMA? And I'm like, oh, it means Ask Me Anything. But
now I know.
Like over a year ago, someone was like, oh, Tinx, like I watch lesbian porn. Like, do you think that means like, do you think that's okay? And I was like, yes, it's okay. Like whatever.
It's all okay.
It's all okay. It's all okay. And so that was a big reason why I was like, I have this predominantly straight following and I'm like, let your mind wander. See what happens.
Is any of this book autobiographical?
Well, she's an influencer. I put a lot of my influencing life.
Yeah, she got the box theory in there.
Yes, yeah. And she's, she's been canceled. I've been canceled. And one of the for my people who follow me really closely, they'll see the little Easter eggs. It's full of Easter eggs from my life, people in my life. And, so it's a mix.
I love that. I think it's so fun.
Thank you.
I think it's absolutely great. And I also think it's good timing because romance novels feel like there's like a surge back. Why do you think that is? Do you think we just all need a little escapism?
I think a lot of it is escapism. And I think, honestly, the world is a really scary place. And it's quite hard to be like horny in this time because you look at your phone and you're like, oh, everything's really bad.
Depressing.
It's depressing. I think we're all under a lot of stress. I think that all the constant onlineness is dampering our animal instincts. And then you read these romance novels and it's beautiful escapism. It's a time and place to imagine and use your imagination. And it makes you horny, which is always a good thing.
It's always a good thing. You've coined so many iconic concepts. You've got the box theory. You've got rich mom energies. Which theory have you sort of secretly retired because you outgrew it?
That's a really good question. I used to say this thing, and I haven't fully retired it, but it just doesn't feel as relevant anymore about the ick list. And I would say when you're starting to date someone, like keep a list of all the things that ick you out in case that, you break up and then it'll be easier. And I don't know, that just seems a little gamey to me now and a little bit defensive. And I don't know, maybe I've grown up a little bit. I don't think it's necessary. You can always keep 1 or 2 in your back pocket, but I don't think that necessarily keeping a list is something I would advocate for anymore.
Yeah, and also I feel like then you start to focus on those things.
Totally.
Now, there is the hate click. I mean, I really do believe in that. Once you get the hate click, there's no coming back.
100%.
But sometimes the ick things...
We need to get over it. I think also we've all gotten a little too, myself included, ick happy, where I'm like, oh, he looked at me the wrong way. It's like, okay, we all need to get over it.
So I love how you're like sort of everyone's big sister, right? Everyone's bestie. What's one piece of advice that you have given publicly, but you secretly don't follow?
Oh my gosh. I have so many things. I mean, I always say like, don't go back. Do as I say, not as I do. I'm always like, don't go back to your ex. And I've of course gone back to an ex once or twice, 3 times. 2 years, whatever. So that I think, I always say to the girls, like, we can't have any negative self-talk. You can't compare. And I fall into comparison all the time. But I think that's why it's important for me to talk about it so much, because it's something that we all struggle with. And we all deal with, like, looking at our phones and being like, wow, I'm jealous of that. Or like, oh, I wish I was in this situation or whatever. So that one, I guess,
All right. Oh, you know what I was curious about? Your mom.
Yeah.
So you're two things. First of all, you're so open. You're open with your feelings. You're open sexually. You're just very open, and I love it. I think it's amazing. And I feel like that's something that I've created with my kids, but not how I grew up. Was your mom very open and communicative with you?
We didn't talk about sex that much, but she was very open with me. Like, I felt as though I could go to her with anything if I wanted birth control or if I drank or something. And I really credit her, because I think it meant there was no secrets between us.
Yeah.
Like, if I did something that I thought was bad, if I tried weed or whatever, I would tell her. And I think that that's obviously amazing for parents. So I do credit her, although we don't really talk about, like, sex. But I think that's just, I don't know why I'm so open with it. Probably because I went to an all-girls school, honestly. And it was just kind of like, and then I was president of my sorority. So I was just like around girls yapping about sex and that stuff. And I loved it, and it's fun, and that, yeah.
What does your mom think now?
Did she
read the book?
She's not going to read this one. We decided, and I really am so glad. We have a strict rule that she can't comment on any of the sexy stuff I put on my IG. Otherwise, she gets blocked from my story. And she doesn't want that. So she just has to take it. Every time I mention a blowjob, she just swipes and she moves on. Otherwise, she'll get her privileges revoked.
I like that.
And she has a couple of times.
She gets judgy?
No, she's just like, honey, or whatever. But she hasn't done that in a while.
That's so good.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good rule. She's like, I mean, I'm an adult. Like, I'm fully baked at this point, you know?
I have news for you. You're never fully baked.
I love that.
But I will tell you, with my mom, like, very 1950s and didn't talk about anything. And sometimes she'll complain about something I talk about on the pod. And I'm like, don't listen.
Right.
It's like opening my diary. If it's going to bug you, it's not my intention.
Totally.
Just don't
Just
listen.
opt out. Yeah.
Don't you love going to the grocery store? Figuring out all the healthiest options for you and your family? Yeah, I didn't think so. So let's talk about Thrive Market, your new go-to online grocery store. They get all your healthy essentials delivered straight to your door. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so nice and easy and amazing, and takes so much work and brain power away from you, so you could just have fabulous food delivered to your house. Their team of researchers, they do all the hard work, so you don't have to spend hours reading labels, which I hate. And they have all the hard to find brands at the best prices. Finding better options is easy with Thrive Market's Healthy Swap Scanner. Just scan a product and it instantly recommends cleaner alternatives. They have so many on-site filters for your needs. We're talking gluten-free snacks, high-protein meals, and non-toxic cleaning products. They work with the highest quality brands that follow ethical practices and strict quality standards. They also now accept SNAP EBT and offer free memberships for low-income families through their Thrive Gives program. Are you ready to make the switch? Go to thrivemarket.com/Dubrow for 30% off your first order plus a free $60 gift. That's THRIVE market.com/Dubrow. thrivemarket.com/Dubrow. Okay, we're going to play a little game.
Fabulous.
Tinx Unfiltered, we're going to call it. No, we're going to call it Tinx Off the Record.
Okay.
Here we go. You have to answer fast, though.
Okay.
Okay, you ready? Trend you'd send straight to jail.
Oh, wearing the clips that you use to keep your hair out of your face when you're doing your makeup, like out.
People wear those out?
They're wearing.
That's not okay.
We have other hair clips. Like, we don't need to use them.
That's like, did you ever see women who used to wear curlers?
Yeah.
Like to church.
I know.
I would go, if it's not good enough to take them down to church, like when do you take the curlers out?
When do you take it down? Yeah.
I didn't get that. Celebrity crush you've never admitted out loud.
I talk about them all so much because I want to manifest them to pop up. Probably Benicio del Toro.
Yeah,
I
he's
think
hot.
He's really hot.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Pop culture moment that lives rent-free in your brain.
Tom Cruise jumping on the sofa.
That was crazy.
That was crazy. That's really millennial core, but like I remember him doing that and I was like, whoa.
He's happy.
He's very happy.
Or he's on drugs. Most unhinged DM you've ever received?
Asking for feet pics, for sure. I do have nice feet, but I was shocked.
I have hideous feet, and I have a score on Feetopedia. What is it called? Wiki Feet?
Wiki Feet, yeah.
That's so weird to
crazy.
me.
I know.
It's so weird. It's so bad. In your book and in your life, there's this theme of main character energy, right? Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you're a main character?
I do, and I didn't always. And I think so much of like what I try to do with my platform is to encourage young women to be the main character of their own life. Because when you are chasing a relationship for validation, you're putting another person higher up in your life than you. And that's what I did my entire 20s. I was like, if I can just get a boyfriend, I'll be valid. And, you know, I'll be so cool. And that is literally saying some other random character in your life is more important than you. You're the star of your Netflix show. You choose who gets to come in for how many seasons. You're the director. And you just need to make sure that you're the main character. And so I am now, but for a long time I didn't feel that way.
And you could really insert anything in there, not just getting a boyfriend, but you know, when I fill in the blank, get this job,
Totally.
all those things. You can't wait. You have to be happy on the daily or else
100%.
What are you doing?
And I think that it's always helpful to think about your life as a TV show. I always do, because you know, in a TV show, something big doesn't happen every day,
right?
But they're still the main character, and and you watch because they're on their journey. And so sometimes you're going through a period where you're building, or you're grinding, or you're working really hard towards something, and that's okay. You're still the main character. You're just the main character who's, you know, in motion.
What do you do that's very un-main character?
What do I do that's un-main character? I mean, I think anytime you're freaking out about if someone likes you, that's not main character. You just have to let it go. And I've gotten so much better at that. But again, in my 20s, that was so hard for me. I would spend weeks chasing guys and, you know, to what end? Like, they don't like you.
I know. It's so hard, though. I feel like a lot of that comes with age and time.
It does.
And experience.
100%.
I don't think a 20-year-old can learn those lessons.
I agree. I think that as much we should talk about it so that hopefully they can learn earlier, at least than I did.
Or at least recognize it, even if you can't fully embrace it, if you could
100%.
just recognize it. It's funny. One of my daughters is 18. Mm-hmm. And she is going to college in the fall. She's going to Yale. And she's going to kill me for talking about this. But she just called me, and she's at Yale right now visiting. Oh. And yeah, it's super exciting, whatever. But she has a boyfriend. And she was crying to me. And she's really smart. And she like intellectually understands that they're 18 and this is not going to be.
Still hurts.
But she's like, oh, we're going to have to break up in a month and, you know, all the things. And I'm like smiling, but trying to.
No, it's
trying
still
to be
hurts.
appropriate.
And good for her for, you know, being so self-aware and still feeling her feelings. That's really cool.
I know.
She's gonna have the best experience.
But at 18, you can't. I'm saying like in your 20s.
Oh, yeah, you
like,
can't.
You're just not emotionally mature enough.
Oh, she's going to college. That's so exciting.
I know. I have 2 juniors in college. They're going to be seniors in the fall.
Crazy.
And then she's going to be a freshman. And then my youngest is going into high school.
So crazy.
It's so crazy. Why the Hamptons?
I really had this. So one of my most successful content pillars was Rich Mom starter packs. And people love luxurious places. I know for me, I like to watch TV shows set in luxurious places, whether it's Orange County, whether it's New York, whatever. And yeah, I like nice places, so I wanted to write about.
Have you spent a lot of time in the Hamptons?
You know, I used to hate it, and then
why'd you hate it?
Because, quite frankly, like it's a little bit confusing if you just go into it, and you have you don't know what to do.
It's like going to Malibu. You need to be.
You need to be set up. You need to be in the in crowd. And then, quite frankly, I made my own money, and I rented a house with my friend for my friends one year, and I fell in love with it, and I was like, okay, now I get it.
Yeah,
I was like staying 4 girls in a room at a motel when I was like 23. Like, of course I didn't have a good time. Like, not because we were staying in a motel or whatever, but I didn't get it. We didn't know where to go.
It's a different vibe.
It's a different vibe.
My parents had a house there for 20 years. It's like when you go to the Hamptons, it's this cool beachy community, but people have house parties.
Exactly.
And so you have to know people.
You have to know people, or you have to go with people,
Yeah.
and be enough of a unit of with your friends where you're like, I don't care if I get invited to these like, you know, fancy parties. Like, I'm going to hang with my friends and barbecue and sit in my yard and get drunk, which is what I do.
Right.
So,
which is fun too.
So
but it's
fun.
also different because each town in the Hamptons has its own vibe.
So unique.
Too.
And you
there's
can
Quad,
tell.
there's West
Oh,
Hampton,
yeah.
there's Southampton, there's East Hampton,
Yeah.
which is for the LA people.
It's totally. That's where I rent in East.
Yeah.
So then that's where the book is set. So yeah.
It's so great. All right, let me ask you some. We're going to do some Hamptons questions.
Ooh,
Here we go.
Fun.
Must order cocktail in the Hamptons.
Oh, I would say anything at Crow's Nest is so good. Like a crisp martini while you're waiting for your table at Crow's Nest is just amazing.
Love that. Beach read that shaped you.
Wow, a beach read that shaped me. Well, most recently I loved Bye Baby. I read that in one day. I don't know if you'd call it a beach read, but it was fabulous. Carola Leaving, I believe, is her author.
Best power move on a summer date?
Going in for a kiss.
Oh.
Smooching.
Would you always make the first move? Is that your
No,
thing?
I don't, but I think it's fun too. Like,
Okay.
we need to make out more.
Yes.
All of us do.
Yeah. By the way,
Seriously.
I so agree with that.
Mhm. People don't want to make out. I'm like, you guys need to be making out more. Like, it's fun.
I need to tell Terry that.
Yeah. You should make out with Terry more.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. What would your Hamptons house be named?
I don't know. The Fun Palace. That sounds a little like an orgy dome, but we'll go with it.
You have built such a huge brand online. And I mean, I you're so open about everything, but I mean, some of it must be curated in, you know, a certain aspect. But what do you not show people? What do you purposely not show people?
I don't talk about dating anymore. I used to share all of my dating stories like in real time, you know, oh guys, I went on a date with Mr. Blah, you know, and I got to a point where I felt confused about what was story and what was real. As in, sometimes I couldn't like parse out my feelings and think what is actually how I feel and what I'm going to tell my followers. Not that I was changing how I felt or you know, creating a narrative, but it got too confusing. And I felt like I needed to keep that separate. And also the type of person that I'm looking for, I don't know if they would want to be splashed on the internet in the early stages.
Yeah. So people you date, do they listen to you? Do they follow you? Do they?
I mean, I think sometimes I kind of ask them not to, because it's like, I don't go to their work and look at them and watch them while they work.
Yeah, but that's got to be a hard
It's
line.
hard for sure. And it's, people love dating content, but I got to a point where I was like, I don't think I should be going on a date and then the next morning telling the girls like, this is what happened, because it affects how I feel about the other person. Because I get feedback, you know, they'd say, oh, that sounds weird what he did. And then I'd be like, oh, wait, that is
that weird?
Yeah. Maybe the guy hears it and he's like, oh, well, why did she say that? You know, whatever. It's just too messy, despite it being great content. So,
and also I would imagine, I mean, I haven't had a first date in many years, but I would imagine also, you know, when you first start dating someone, you're both awkward. You're both figuring each other out. You're showing a version of yourself.
Yes.
And if you start critiquing it and
right,
you know, really delving into it, you might hurt something
you
that's
might
good.
hurt something, yeah, and also you don't want to show all your cards, and that's what I was doing. Sometimes I would be literally telling the girls on the radio, and I'm so close with my community that I talk to them like I talked with my girlfriend. So, you know, you're saying the most asinine shit. You're like, well, I liked it, and then he touched his hair this weird way, and it reminded me of my ex, and da-da-da-da-da. And it's like, you sound insane.
Right.
So I'm like, I should just like keep that for my girlfriends, and I'll tell.
But that's
you know.
your community. They are your girlfriends.
They
That's
are.
why you feel so comfortable
They
doing
are.
that, and that's why they like hearing
If I could
that.
do a shield where only my community could hear it and it wouldn't go to the wider internet, I would. That would be the ideal.
Maybe you need. Do you have like one like behind the paywall?
I need one behind the like super
Yeah, I
secret.
saw. Do you know the girls from Pop Apologists?
Yes,
They're so cute.
Yes.
And they did something recently. You should do this. They did something recently where they wanted to talk. I can't remember what it was, but they wanted to talk about something like very specific and edgy.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, okay, we're going to talk about this thing. You have to pay for it. And it's only going to be up for 3 days.
smart. Okay,
Do that.
very smart. I like that.
Would you ever do a retreat?
Yeah, I think I would. I think
you
that
should
would be
do
great
that too.
Yeah, I would love to do some sort of like, yeah. Knowing me, it would be like a party retreat. I'd be like, okay, guys, we're going to Ibiza. Yeah.
By the way, I would come to that. Ever walk past a place for rent and wish you could just peek inside? Maybe even explore the layout, envision the natural light streaming through the windows. Maybe you just want to visualize where your bar cart will go. At apartments.com, you can. With tools like their 3D virtual tours, you can see the exact unit you could be living in. You can literally envision yourself in your new home with apartments.com, the place to find a place. What about the future? Do you think, are you someone that's got like a 5-year plan, a 10-year plan? Do you sort of live in beta mode? Are you?
I think that you always have to be planting seeds and looking ahead, but I don't have a 5-year plan. I think I'm really focused on producing good work and continuing to grow my community. And I just want to be happy. I know that sounds silly and
it's not
corny,
silly,
but I just want to be happy. So as long as I try to focus on the present as much as possible and think like, okay, am I enjoying this work? Am I enjoying my podcast? Am I enjoying creating content? Like, what changes should I make? Like, what am I interested in? And just try to follow my curiosity.
Do you have days where you feel like, oh, I just don't want to post?
Yeah, I do. And I've been piloting this new thing where I don't post on the weekends because I read that book, The Anxious Generation, about, online and what it does to kids' brains specifically, but it's doing it to our brains as well. And I just want to make sure that I'm using social media and it's not using me. So I'm kind of figuring out what that looks like. And we'll see. But yeah, of course, some days I'm like, and I thought there was a time when I was like, I'm going to post every day till the day that I die. And I'm like, now I don't feel that way. I don't feel that way. I want to be really present. And this sounds so silly and small, but like now when I go to a concert, my phone stays in my bag. I'm not taking pictures of it. I'm not taking pictures of my friends singing. Like I'm at the concert and I'm listening. Just little changes like that. I'm kind of, I don't know.
No, I think that's so smart. I remember it was a year or two ago. We've got land at Night House, so we go there. We're usually there for July 4th, and we're there, and all the kids are there. It was like, some holidays are great, some are meh.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. You just move through it. But this was a particularly special, fun holiday. Everyone was in a great mood. Everyone was hanging out, whatever it was. And I pulled up my phone to start taking a little video of the fireworks. And Terry looks at me and goes, no one wants to see a video of your fireworks.
I agree with Terry.
And I go, okay. I didn't even get mad. I was like, okay. I was probably like 12 drinks in, by the way. But I went, okay. And I put my phone away and I thought, but it was funny. Someone I was with put this beautiful carousel up that had the family photos and the thing. And there was like a little video of the fireworks. And I was like, oh, that looks so cute, but it didn't bother me.
Right. No, it doesn't bother me. It's just for me, I just want to be in the moment.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. It didn't bother me that she put it and that I didn't have it.
No.
It didn't bother me. My whole thing is when I was much younger, like in my 20s, maybe early 30s, I would want pictures of everything.
Oh, same.
And this is before we had social media. So this is like taking pictures, developing the pictures, all of that. And it would be like, walking in the door and this moment, and let's not miss this moment. And I got to the point where I thought, this is so much work. And I didn't have sort of the self-actualization at the time to use the words present, but I realized in some capacity I wasn't being present. So I shifted to, I need one photo.
That's it.
From every event, just one. Because if I have one photo, then my brain goes to, right, that was the night that, Tinx tripped backstage.
Yes,
and that's the night that Heather drank too much.
Yeah.
And that's and just the one photo
I love
is
that.
plenty.
I love that. Yeah, I agree.
How else do you stay present?
I remind myself every morning, this is something my mom does and she taught me. She goes, this is the only day you get of today.
Oh,
and
that's nice.
It's like, I really say it and I'm like, this is the only day I get of this day. And I'm, it could be good, it could be bad, but it's the only one. And I'm right here. Like I'm right in this moment. I am very heady person. I'm always thinking about the past and the future. And I've worked really hard to try and bring myself to present day. And I'm a lot happier because of it. And it's a choice. We're anxious. We have a lot going on. We worry about the future. We go over the past. But at the end of the day, all we have is now. We're in this moment. This is the thing. Are we happy now? Are you being a good friend now? Are you being a good wife, sister, daughter, mother, whatever? Like, that's what I try to think about all the time.
I know that's like what we were talking about before. It's like if you're waiting for X to happen, then you aren't enjoying every day. And what's the point? So you give advice to so many people. Who do you go to for advice?
I have a couple friends that I think are really sensible.
I like that word. They're sensible.
Yeah, and I think like common sense ain't that common. It's really not. And you have to think when you're going to someone for advice, do I like their life? Do I think that they're in a good place in their life? That's, I think sometimes we have this tendency, and I've done it too, where we go to all of our friends, we rehash the same thing over and over again. Think quietly to yourself, like, whose life do I think is really in order? Not the richest person, not the hottest person, the person where like their life is kind of good. Go to that person for advice. And I have a couple great friends who I go to. They're fantastic.
What about your mom?
Yeah, I go to her for some stuff too. I do. Mother-daughter is like, she's my mom. She's always going to comfort me. She does have good advice, but not for everything.
Yeah. My kids tell me everything. Sometimes they tell me too much.
That's a sign. That's an amazing sign that they're obsessed with you and they respect you.
Sometimes they tell me things. I'm like,
you're like, wheel it back. Don't
think I need to know all that, but thank you.
I love
thank
it.
You for
That's
sharing.
So nice though.
What do you think? I'm a little obsessed with AI right now.
I hate it.
Okay. Tell me why.
I'm scared of it.
Yes. Terrifying.
I don't, now people are like I'll give you an example. Today, someone wrote to me and said, Tinx, I put my text messages in ChatGPT and it told me to break up with my boyfriend. Now,
did it give a reason why?
They analyze the text. Now, it may be that she needs to break up with her boyfriend, but I just really want us to all hold hands and say, we're going to take advice from a robot on a personal lived experience. Like, I'm sorry. Also, another thing that really ticks me off about AI is like everyone, it's coming for everyone's jobs. Why hasn't it cured any of the diseases, any of the bad ones
Apparently
yet?
It's going to.
Well, I would love to see that because so far all it's doing is like making weird cartoon versions of all of us, which is very fun, but I would love it to just cure some more diseases. And then maybe we'll talk. Just do that first or figure out how to get microplastics out of us.
Yes. Let's get rid of all the bad stuff first.
I don't know why it needs to do all the the writing. And it's like it's coming for all the writers' jobs. And I'm like, oh, could it cure cancer first?
Yeah, maybe we just need to. What we should do is we should go on ChatGPT and ask it that. Why are you coming for all the creative jobs when clearly our society could use something
we could
quite
use help.
different?
Figure out how to get plastic out of the ocean, for God's sake, and then go for the marketers' jobs. Lord.
So if everything went quiet, right? No podcast, no social media, no AI, what would you do on a random day?
Oh my gosh. Is it like the end of the world or it's just...
Well, no, because then there would be nothing fun to do at all.
I'd go to the beach. I love the beach.
You're just a beachy girl?
Yeah, I would go to the beach or I'd go to the pool, listen to music, read a book, hang with my friends, drink.
Drinking.
Really,
so
I
good.
love to drink.
Me too.
I'd have a big old cocktail by the pool with my friends.
You're a martini girl.
Martini, but by the pool, I love rosé.
Yeah.
I
love it all.
I love it all, honestly. It just, yeah.
I've really tried alternative substances. Like I have a lot of friends who don't want to drink, so they'll like microdose shrooms and stuff. And I've talked about it a ton, but it's just, I enjoy alcohol.
I love it. I love the way it makes me feel.
Yeah.
I love the ritual of it.
Do you drink every day?
No. I try not to, especially since moving to New York. It's like really hard because there's something fun to do every single night there.
I know.
And it's like, it's right there. Someone's like, oh, I'm literally downstairs in your apartment. You want to go get an Aperol? And I'm like, yes, I really do.
Yes, I do.
And then you run into more friends and they're like, oh, we're going to this party. You should come. And then all of a sudden it's 3 a.m. and you've had 65 drinks. But I try to drink only like 4 nights a week.
That's so good. So you go through phases in your life. Like, when you have little kids, you're not really drinking that much. And then they start, you go through all these different phases. For us, when we moved back to LA a couple of years ago, I mean, all of a sudden we're out every night.
Right. It's
and
so
then
fun.
and you don't realize, because when you go out, you have like a routine. You order this drink and you whatever. And finally I said to Terry, I'm like, we are drinking every night. for now 2 years. That's why I took a little break because I was like,
It's nice to
can I take a break?
It's good to prove to yourself that you can.
Yes, but still not sleeping great or any of that. So fuck that.
Screw it.
How do you think you'll stay? Wait, where did you grow up?
I grew up in London.
Right.
And then I moved to the States to go to college. Then I lived in San Francisco for 4 years after that. New York for 2, LA for 5, now back to New York.
And how are you liking being back in New York?
I love it. I mean, I'm spoiled. I have the choice to come back. I have my house here. And honestly, I love going back and forth.
Isn't that nice?
I do, a month in New York. I come back here for a week. I dry out. I go to yoga, do all that shit.
You have to come to my Pilates class.
I would love to. And, do all the healthy LA shit. I drink a couple green juices. I get back on the plane and go back to New York.
And get a cocktail on the plane and go back.
Exactly.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Well, I'm from New York. And so I always say, like, I'm from New York. I, got transplanted to LA and then dragged down to Orange County.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to claw my way back. Like, my dream is to have a place in New York. And we almost bought one at the pandemic. Mm-hmm. But Terry doesn't understand maintenance fees.
They're crazy.
They're crazy. And so we found the perfect place and everything was all depressed. And so I found this perfect place and he was like, how much is it a month for the maintenance?
No, it's nuts.
It's nuts.
It's absolutely diabolical. You're like, you pay to buy it and then you have to pay
a mortgage on top of it. On top of your mortgage.
Insane. It's insanity.
It's crazy. But I think that at least one of my kids is going to end up on the East Coast.
That's so fun. That is like the best because then you'll be there all the time and have an anchor there.
I love it. It's the best. There's nothing like the energy of Manhattan.
The energy is insane. It's inspiring to be around all those people who choose the choice to be there every day, despite it being dirty, expensive, hard living. Everybody in that city actively chooses that choice. And that's why it's the most inspiring place in the world.
It is. And I have to say, like, the juxtaposition of New York and LA and how wildly different, but also they have very distinctive energies and so much creativity and all the things, but so different.
So different. So different. No, it's nice. I mean, the ideal is like a little ping pong back and forth.
Oh, it's
great.
What do you fly?
Delta.
You do?
Yeah, I like Delta.
Really?
I know. Delta or JetBlue, but mainly Delta.
Really? You haven't flown American?
No, I did actually recently. It was okay. It was okay.
Okay, we're going to have to talk about that.
I know. I'm in the minority. People don't get it. But
No.
I just I don't know. I like Delta.
Okay, we're going to have a little chat about that. Did I hear that your book is being optioned for a TV show?
Yes, with the Foster sisters, Erin and Sarah. They're so smart. They are so cool. I can't believe it. I'm so lucky. They're the perfect shepherds.
Take me through that.
So when the book got announced, it got sent around, and we really had hoped and dreamed. I mean, I never thought it was going to happen. I had imposter syndrome. I was like, no way. But it was always a dream of mine to turn it into a show. And we got a couple amazing offers. And when I heard that they were interested, I was flabbergasted because they are the coolest. And yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to learn. I'm going to be an executive producer. So I really can't wait to roll up my sleeves and learn.
So if you had to play a character...
I wouldn't want to. And I have a secret list of my dream cast, but I don't want to jinx it. So just everyone
don't.
Pray.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I love that. When is that? Is that imminent?
The ball is rolling. I'm learning so much about how it all works, but the ball is rolling.
Yeah, it's great. It's surprising. I mean, in Hollywood, you know this, but it's like hurry up and wait.
Totally.
It's like, let's go. And then it just sits.
Yep.
And then it's like, oh, we gotta go. It's so crazy.
So true. I'm learning that. I'm like new to it, but yes, you hit the nail on the head.
I am so excited for you. It's great. You guys, it's Hotter in the Hamptons. I mean, I'm telling you, I have a long plane ride coming up. And I was like almost sad that I even started it because I want to,
thank you.
I might reread it, but I'm saving the end as one does.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations on all your success. You're amazing. And to be honest with you, as someone with, teen to young 20s kids, I love that they have someone like you to talk to look up to aspire to. You're, as your other rich mom, I will tell you, you're doing great.
Thank you so much. That means a lot. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Tell everyone how to find you.
I'm at Tinx, Tinx, on all platforms. You can listen to my podcast, It's Me Tinx, wherever you get your podcasts.
Yay!
Thank you so much for having me.